Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Here are the spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate Sharon Newman assisting Traci Abbott from March 24th until April 4th, 2025. Later on, though, Jack Abbott worries about his sister's security. Additionally, Phyllis Summers and Billy Abbott have a secret. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Sharon Newman establishes contact. Fans may anticipate that Traci will continue to worry about Alan Loran, also known as Martin Loran, during the week of March 24th. Jack noted that Alan has been surprising people lately, and Kyle Abbott brought up the clinic. I may be mistaken, but I seem to recall Alan telling Traci right away that he disliked surprises. For Traci, that might be a serious warning sign. Alan/Martin didn't really provide the finest justification for his phone's security warning. Sharon and Traci get along well at Crimson Lights early in the week. At Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic, Sharon shares some details with the author about her abduction situation. The frantic panic of Traci Abbott. Traci may consider several theories if she learns the facts. The first is that Alan suffers from a mental disorder. The other is that Traci has been seeing the psychopathic twin Martin, who was actually the one who passed away all those months ago. By week's end, Jack worries about Traci's security. Does she choose to travel to Paris in spite of what she finds out? Will she confront Alan/Martin without recognizing that his surprise could be a ploy? The week of March 24th, 2025. Additionally, Victor Newman will reveal to Michael Baldwin that he has a history with Aristotle Dumas. Additionally, the patriarch of Newman will set up a trap for his adversary. Lily Winters does receive some information from Victor. But the whole thing is going to upset Devin Hamilton Winters. Billy and Phyllis exchange a secret that could be related to Dumas. Nick Newman will also offer some consolation to Phyllis. Later on, Phyllis and Sharon discover that their relationship is in an odd state. Claire Grace Newman and Kyle Abbott also rebel. Jack and Nikki Newman don't get along. The week of March 31st, 2025. According to spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Young and the Restless, Victor's plan should become clearer. Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman, meanwhile, are still growing closer. Additionally, there ought to be some progress with Traci and Alan/Martin. Keep an eye out because there will be a violent showdown at some time. To show Victor that they could collaborate, Adam and Nick met in Victor's office. They clarified that instead of being absorbed and deconstructed under the Newman umbrella, they thought EVRS, a business that Newman Enterprises had purchased, would perform better as a boutique standalone and rebranded as Newman Real Ventures. They would view the increased expenses as an investment in a firm that they believed had potential but was undervalued. Victor approved of the concept and was even more pleased with his boy's assistance. It warms my heart to see both of you work together for my company, your company, our family's company, added Victor. After discussing the value of leaving a legacy, he grinned and expressed his pride and joy. Nick questioned Victor about Nikki after Adam had departed. Nick said he hated Jordan for ruining his mother's recovery. One day at a time was how Victor explained the ups and downs, but Nikki was resilient and they would all work this out together. They went on to say that they were both worried about Victoria's interactions with Claire. After praising his daughter's Newman strength, Victor reminded Nick that when he brought up the Newman stubbornness, it was what made them all fighters. Despite the circumstances involving Nikki and Victoria, Nick acknowledged that he was hopeful about his family's future and that working with Adam was surprisingly cool. You could have started a cage fight if you had thrown us together like this. You are aware of that, aren't you? Victor was asked by Nick. Nick acknowledged that Adam has been putting a lot of effort into proving himself, but he was a little doubtful. Victor reminded him that the deep wounds caused by Adam's early traumas and feelings of abandonment were only made worse by witnessing the strong link between Victor and his other children and feeling left out. After acknowledging that Adam had impressed him, Nick reassured his father that he felt he belonged at Newman, where he could work alongside Adam and his father. Sally and Adam met at Society. He informed her of his fruitful pitch meeting with their father and brother. He agreed with Sally when she expressed her pride in him. He was proud of this initial move toward a positive relationship with Nick. Sally consented to join him for a celebration meal. She grinned and remarked, "If you're willing, I'm willing to live dangerously." Claire had a nightmare in which Victoria and Cole completely rejected her and abandoned her at the hospital after she explained to them why she wanted to see Jordan. Claire looked unhappy and afraid when she woke up. Victoria and Cole were concerned about Claire's wish to see her aunt at society. Victoria worried that Jordan's deceptive tactics would make Claire even more angry, but Cole reassured her that Claire was far stronger than she had been at Jordan's lake house and that it was brave of her to even make the request. When Claire came to them for assistance, Cole told Victoria that he had seen Victoria in her. Claire was cautious and courteous, trying not to offend, but very determined. After acknowledging that she had witnessed that as well, Victoria informed Cole that she had also seen him in Claire. "The more she feels something, the deeper inside of herself she goes," Victoria stated. Victoria was concerned that Claire was too weak to take the chance of allowing Jordan to re-enter her thoughts, even when Cole reminded her that Claire was adamant that meeting with Jordan was what she needed to do in order to recover. How could Victoria persuade Claire to lower her defenses? Despite the dangers, Cole recommended that they first demonstrate their faith in her. Claire was surprised to hear that Victoria and Cole intended to assist her in confronting Jordan when they visited her. She was told by Cole, "Given my history, my mother with her mental illness, I understand why you need to do this." Victoria said, "If this is what you need, I will do whatever will help you get to the other side," although Claire could tell that she was hesitant. "But I have a requirement." Victoria clarified that the requirement would be that she and Cole accompany Claire to Oregon, which Claire had imagined would be permission to continue seeing her at the hospital. The two of them had already sacrificed too much time away from their families, jobs, and lives, Claire protested. "You're our family now," Victoria said. Cole concurred. He told Claire that their sentiments for her remained the same even if she chose not to see them. Victoria informed him about stepping away at Newman, and he told her that he could write his book anyplace. Claire was taken aback. "You quit your job because of me?" According to Victoria, it was merely a leave of absence. Claire was still confused. "Why would you sacrifice something you love so much?" Victoria clarified that her priorities would always be her family. Claire was still unable to understand anything Victoria and Cole said to her. Cole clarified that unconditional love was the norm in normal homes. Claire didn't think she deserved that. "I'm a monster," she cried. "No," Victoria said, "you're not. You're at liberty." "No," Claire said. "Not quite yet. Not until I confront her. She must tell me why. How could she call it love and ruin an innocent child?" Claire agreed to Victoria's condition in the hopes that learning more would aid in her recovery, but she also had one of her own. "We go together, but I face my aunt alone." Jack begged Ashley to confide in him while they were at the Abbott's house. She clarified that she thought Tucker was punishing her for leaving him by gaslighting her. When she said, "He's trying to make me lose my sanity," Ashley clarified that it had to do with what had happened at the Parisian CAF, which infuriated Jack. She informed him that Tucker had thrown a chair and shattered a glass at the restaurant while he was furious. She told Jack that although Tucker had acknowledged the dispute in rage, he had insisted that the violence had never occurred. Jack urged Ashley not to let Tucker's manipulation to enter her thoughts after accusing Tucker of being a coward for attempting to retract his acts. "Easier said than done," she acknowledged, self-conscious. What she heard, felt, and saw was true, Jack assured her. Ashley told her brother that she was grateful. After saying, "I love your faith in me," she asked, "What if I'm wrong?" Ashley was assured by Jack that he would not allow her to doubt herself. At that moment, neither knew what Tucker would stand to gain. Jack had the theory that Tucker might be trying to make amends and was in denial about the breakup. If that were true, Ashley said, Tucker was the one with the delusions. In Audra's room, Kyle punched Tucker in the face and threatened to do it again. Tucker taunted him by calling him a daddy's boy and asking, "Touched a nerve, did I?" Audra moved in front of Kyle as he lunged at Tucker. It was Kyle's insistence that Tucker abandon his family, including Ashley. Wiping his bleeding lip, Tucker informed Kyle that Ashley was capable of standing up for herself and that her fighting was more intense than most people realized. Audra had to intervene once more to keep the men apart when he ridiculed Kyle once more, telling him that his father must be disappointed in him. The Abbotts would always outsmart and beat Tucker if he persisted in pursuing them, Kyle cautioned, but Tucker saw that as extra incentive, as he could add another Abbott to his list. Before he went, Tucker said, "Just know that somehow, sometime, somewhere, I'm gonna come for you, all of you." Kyle laughed at that statement. "Not if. When. And I'm going to love it." Kyle was advised by Audra not to provoke Tucker. Audra persisted, but Kyle waved away her worries. "Kyle, you really don't understand? You're hoping to win. He wants to ruin," she exclaimed. Despite her warnings about Tucker's dangers, Kyle chastised her for still being his trusty little cheerleader. Audra reminded Kyle that although Tucker had always supported her, Kyle had betrayed her by unintentionally disclosing the McCall incident. She would also be sticking with Tucker because Kyle had come trying to suck her for information. Kyle apologized for the potential relationship he had with Audra. "I genuinely believed that we could achieve a lot together. Unfortunately, you lack the courage to think independently," he remarked. She muttered, "Get out," and opened the door. He answered, gladly, and walked away. When Kyle got back to the Abbott residence, he told Jack and Ashley about his intention to face Audra for blabbing Tucker about the family's scheme to overthrow Tucker. Kyle clarified that he was certain that being so close to Tucker would also defeat Audra, who had stated that she was defending him. Ashley wished Kyle to stop pitying her, but Kyle reassured his aunt that he had spent enough time with Audra. Tucker appeared indifferent to the situation, Kyle informed Jack and Ashley. Kyle informed them that things had become physical, but Ashley blamed it on Tucker's typical bravado. "Has Tucker been violent?" Ashley inquired. Ashley was startled when Kyle acknowledged that he was the only one who had punched, and she left the house right away. Tucker threatened to go after them all, Kyle informed Jack. Jack wished Tucker wouldn't involve Ashley. When Audra discovered Tucker drinking by himself in the athletic club foyer, she informed him that she and Kyle were no longer together. Tucker expressed gratitude to her for alerting him to the Abbott scheme. Kyle had no difficulty betraying her, Audra told him, so she was simply returning the favor. Then she informed Tucker that she was severing her relationship with more than just Kyle. Tucker begged her to stay with him. She called his lovesick revenge a recipe for disaster. Tucker claimed he wasn't lovesick before adding, "I can't do this without you." Tucker promised to protect her, but she claimed that the McCall controversy would still catch up to her. "You've previously trusted me. Now believe me," he begged. "No," she informed him as Ashley walked in without being noticed. That was before to your conflicted feelings about Ashley and her family. Money is not the reason for this war. It has nothing to do with control or power. That would be reasonable. Your feelings are at issue here, and I don't want anything to do with it," Audra said. Tucker was accused by Audra of not knowing his true desires. "Do you want to punish Ashley and her family into oblivion, or do you want to win her back and live happily ever after?" Audra inquired. She told him his promises were worthless when he made them, then hurried off, bumping into Ashley right away. "He's over there. Attack him. You two never stop your twisted dance," Audra remarked.